America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. We're back today. We were gone on Friday. We did a little reaction stream that I pre-recorded, but we're back today. We got a week of shows for you. Maybe actually not a full week. We do have Thanksgiving this week, so I will not be doing a show on Thursday. Maybe I'll pre-record something for Friday. Not exactly sure yet. I will be traveling for the holidays, but hope everyone's having a great Monday. We do have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of really important things. I do want to talk about the Florida governor's race underway now. We have a new candidate that I want to talk about, someone that I'm excited about, someone to oppose Byron Donalds. This is James Fishback. We are going to go over some of his campaign promises today, some of the things I like about him, and we're also going to talk about why he is a way better candidate than Byron Donalds, the guy who takes money from APEC, the guy who seems like Donald Trump's bitch. So we'll be talking about that today. I also do want to talk about something that came to light last week, something that Nick Fuentes did already touch on, but I'm a little late to it, but we're going to get into it. The Jonathan Pollard Mike Huckabee meeting that is now breaking into the news. I mean, this is insane. We had somebody who used to work within the United States government meeting with a former Israeli spy who was convicted in the United States of spying on us for Israel. And when he was welcomed back in Israel, he was given a hero's welcome by who? Benjamin the war criminal Netanyahu. So we're going to talk about that today. We'll show some clips of that and we will discuss that even further. And then I do want to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene deciding to step down out of her position within Congress. I find this to be kind of a cowardly move. Not surprising, though. I talk all the time about why women should not work in our government, and this is just another reason. When the going gets tough, a lot of them quit. So we're going to break that down today, and then our final topic we'll talk about will be Candace Owens claiming that her life right now is being threatened. Right now, we are taking this incredibly seriously. We support Candace Owens on this show. We love Candace Owens. We don't agree with everything she says. We don't have to. But we do need to support people who are actively investigating the Charlie Kirk assassination, who are opposing Israel in the APEC lobby. And Candace Owens right now is claiming that President Macron in France has put a hit out on her life, a professional hit. So we're going to break that down today. Like I said, we got a great show today, a lot of different things to talk about. I want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. I'm fucking glad to be back, though. I can't lie. This is awesome. I was gone for the weekend. I took a little vacation, not a really vacation. I just went golfing. But I was gone for the weekend, and it feels good to be sitting back here talking to you guys, talking about America first, talking with the fans of America Unfiltered. So with that, please everyone rate the show 5 stars, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. We'll be reading all the comments at the end of the show today. We have a lot of different comments because we have comments from Thursday, Friday, and then now going through the weekend into today. So we got a lot of comments to get to at the end of the show. We're going to get to all of them though, but with that, let's get right into the show today. I do want to talk about James Fishback a little bit. And I could probably explain it, and I will explain some of it, but I do want to show you guys a video where he announces his campaign. We're going to go right into that because I think it's a great video, and I really support this guy, and who better to speak about his candidacy than yours truly. Let me get set up here. Here we go.
My name is James Fishback, and I'm running to succeed Ron DeSantis as Florida's next Republican governor. I'm running for Florida governor so I can make life more affordable for you and your family. Easier to afford groceries, to buy a home, to raise a family, and when it's all said and done, to retire with dignity. I'll do that by stopping the H-1B scam so our workers, especially our college grads, can get jobs again. I'll tell Blackstone, Airbnb, and foreign investors that no, in Florida, you can't buy our homes because our homes are for families.
Let's fucking go. To start off the video, no H-1Bs. That means no more immigrants taking our jobs, lowering our wages, overflowing into our country. And then after that, he's like, I'm not going to let these massive corporations continue to buy up your homes, making homes more affordable for Americans, for Native Americans like you and me, people who were born in this nation. Already, we love this guy. Let's keep going with it.
And I'll stop the construction of any AI data center that threatens to raise our electricity bills or poison our water supply.
Let's go.
And I'll completely and totally eliminate property taxes for every Florida resident. Because in America, you don't rent your home from the government. You own it, free and clear.
Right now, we do rent our homes from the government, basically. I mean, if you're able to even afford a home right now, you have to pay property taxes on your home to the government. This guy wants to eliminate that. Like, what's bad about this guy? Let's fucking go. James Fishback for the win. We need this guy to beat the shit out of Byron Donalds in the race, so we're going to support this guy. We're going to show up for him.
Nowadays, not all Republicans are the same. If a Republican politician supports the H-1B scam that fires our workers, he can't be our next governor. If he goes out and supports the building of AI data centers that threaten our electric bills and our water supply, he can't be our next governor. And if he goes to Congress and does nothing for us but makes millions of dollars trading stocks for himself, he can't be our next governor. Congressman Byron Donalds can't be our next governor because he won't fight for Florida like Ron DeSantis has. I will. I'll fight to preserve Governor DeSantis' wins by keeping Florida free from DEI, radical transgenderism, Soros-backed prosecutors, child predators, voter fraud, and the millions of illegals that invaded our country on Kamala Harris's watch. I'll do that because, unlike Byron Donalds, I'm not a politician. I'm an investor and a businessman. I stood up to Wall Street, I sued the Federal Reserve, and I filed a landmark brief with the Supreme Court defending President Trump's right to fire corrupt federal officials. I started Incubate Debate, a free high school debate league for thousands of kids across Florida so they could learn how to debate, discuss, and grow as Americans. I love our state. I am a fourth-generation Floridian. My great-grandfather fought in World War I and then owned a small hotel on Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Nice.
My grandfather fought in World War II and ran 750 head of cattle in Okeechobee. My father proudly drove the city bus in Broward County, where I was born and raised. I went to Florida public schools from kindergarten to graduation. Even though I grew up in South Florida, I now call the Panhandle home. I'm an unapologetic Christian who believes that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And I'm a proud American who will never apologize for our history. In the coming months, I'm going to meet as many Florida voters as I can, where they live, work, and pray. I'll visit all 67 counties because Florida's next governor has to be someone you can see, talk to, and even debate with. I look forward to seeing you soon. My name is James Fishback, and I approve this message because Florida is our home, America is our birthright, and we will never let them steal it from us.
My name's James Pascalides, and I approve that message. Everybody, we're going to show the fuck out for this guy. We're going to show out. We're going to support him. We're going to give him our support in the polls. But not only that, I encourage all my voters to go to his Q&As, ask him questions, hype this guy up. Let this guy know that he has the support of millions of us. We are young. We are here. We are active in the political scene, and we want America First politicians like James Fishback. I'm not being paid to say any of this. I've never met the guy, never even talked to the guy. But I saw this video, and I've seen a couple other tweets and posts by him. I've followed him on Instagram. And this guy is the best America First candidate we have in Florida right now. And who would he be opposing? Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds, the same person who said that we have to support Israel, that Americans need to keep sending money over to Israel, who supported the genocide that was happening in Gaza. Byron Donalds, the guy who does not even seem that smart. I'm very glad that we have a real America First candidate opposing him. James Fishback is who we will be voting for, most likely for the primaries. We love this guy so far. This is awesome. I'm very happy that we have James Fishback running. I do want to show you guys some more stuff I have for you here. This is a video where he talks about APEC. And this is what we really love about the guy. Byron Donalds takes money from APEC. What does James Fishback do? He tells them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Let's let the voters of Florida decide who our next governor is going to be. Not political operatives, not out-of-state consultants, certainly not APEC. Let's let the voters of Florida decide which vision of the state they want. Do they want Byron Donalds' vision, which is pro-H-1B, which is to say you are pro the great replacement of American workers? You want you, me, your kids, and your grandkids to be fired off from...
You know how great it is to hear a politician talk about the great replacement? Something that many platforms deemed as a conspiracy theory, that if you even talked about it, the ADL would start writing articles about you, that you're hateful, that you are racist, that you are all these things. But we are being replaced in our society. It's been happening. And we are about 15 or less years away from being a minority in our own country. And he wants to talk about it. He wants to stop the H-1B scam. He wants to stop all the lobbying and the bullshit, especially from APEC. And he wants to stop the great replacement from happening, because the people who built this nation deserve to be the majority of this nation.
their job and replaced with cheap third world labor from India? Or do you stand with the dignity of jobs? Do you want 600,000 foreign students in our universities from FAU to FSU to UCF? Do you want to keep paying property taxes? Look, either you own your home or you don't. That's Byron Donalds' vision. My vision, if I were to run, is very different. My vision is to build on Governor DeSantis' historic record. My vision is to make it easier to buy a home, raise a family, get a great paying job, and retire with dignity. It's time we put Florida first. It's time we put both of these visions on offer and let the voters of Florida, from Pensacola to Pahokee, from Clewiston to Crestview, let them decide.
Let's go. This guy's awesome. I fucking love this guy so far. I mean, again, I haven't been able to find anything I dislike so far. James Fishback calls for a complete ban on H-1B hiring, says America doesn't need Indian workers. And they're doing this to shit on him. And he goes, I said what I said, and I'm not apologizing. Put Americans first. Let's go, bitches. Put Americans first. America number one. If you're not first, you're last. We need to put Americans first in every single way, and this guy fucking gets it. Byron Donalds, on the other hand, is like, we need H-1Bs. He's siding with Trump on this, where Trump is like, no, we need the H-1Bs. Americans aren't good enough. Trump sold out MAGA, Trump sold out Americans, and now we have true America First patriots stepping into the political scene, ready to take it and grab it by the fucking balls. We're ready to take down APEC, we're ready to take down the political machine, we're ready to take down the corruption, the deep state, all the bullshit around us that's been holding Americans down and holding America down. America is a declining nation right now, and if we're going to fix it, we need true America First policies. We need people to actually realize that they're being fed propaganda by MSNBC, by CNN, by Fox News, by the Daily Wire. People need to realize that they are being sold a bill of lies. And the way to realize that is to open your eyes to true America First policies. Realize that it is not America First to send money to Israel, to Egypt, to Africa, to Canada, to Mexico. It is not America First to accept H-1Bs from India, from all over the world. It is not America First to say, hey, we need 600,000 Chinese spies in this nation, like Howard Lutnick and Donald Trump say. That is not America First. You want to know what is America First? Ending property taxes, declining to take money from APEC, even calling them out, saying that we don't need more Indians in our nation. That is America First. That is a candidate that I'm willing to vote for. And not only vote for, I'm willing to campaign for. James Fishback, if you hear this, I'm willing to do some campaigning for you. I'll go door knock. I'll go hold debates, Q&As. I'll do whatever. I want you to win. You have my support so far. So as long as you stay on the right track, refuse to take lobbying money, and keep this same energy throughout the next couple of years, you have my support. And again, I will urge all my viewers to give their support to you as well. That's a little message to you, James Fishback. I really hope you succeed, and I hope you do not stray from the path you're currently on, because right now, we fucking love you so far. I mean, this is awesome. I'm not apologizing. That's what we need, a politician who's willing to say, fuck that. I'm not apologizing. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you for saying I should apologize. Fuck you for saying we should have more Indians come into this country and taking our jobs. Fuck you for saying we should have more Chinese spies in this country. We need more politicians like that who are willing to stand up to the lobbyists, stand up to the president even, who sold out Americans, saying that Americans aren't good enough. That was the final straw with Trump for me. Again, I had already lost almost all my support for Donald Trump. He bombed Iran after saying no new wars. He pretty much funded the entire war in Gaza and the genocide that happened there. He buried the Epstein files after campaigning on it. And then he said, we need more H-1Bs because Americans are not good enough. Donald Trump lost millions and millions of people's support when he said that, and through his through his presidency so far. And now we have people who are willing to call him out, people who are willing to call out the lies, the bullshit, the corruption that is surrounding us. And we need more guys like this. So Fishback has our full support so far. And I saw this. I wanted to just show you guys, because we saw him call out APEC. What does Byron Donalds think of APEC? He takes money from them, and then he holds a sign saying, I stand with Israel. And we're going to watch this quick clip.
Hi, I'm Congressman Byron representing Florida's 19th Congressional District, and I just
He needs like a little lapel mic. Like what the fuck is this with this echo?
want to let you know that we always are going to stand by the great state of Israel. You are our number one ally in the Middle East. You are a friend to our country, and we will always stand behind you 100%. God bless you, NBC.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah, that alone is enough for us to be like, yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. We don't need him. We don't need him. Here's the thing. You take, like, he took $121,000. Realistically, not that much money, but still, it's enough to owe a favor or two, or a few favors, whatever you want to look at it as. Here's my take on it. You take one shiny penny, you take one little fucking shekel from Israel, from the Israel lobby, from APEC, from any of them, fuck you. You are completely off my radar. Like, I will never vote for you. I will never give you any support. Not only that, I will tell people not to vote for you. I will tell people not to give you support because you don't deserve shit. You are going for an American political position, not an Israeli political position, an American political position. So you have an obligation to put America first in every way. And if you take money from foreign lobbyists, foreign governments, guess what? Go fuck yourself. Honestly, you should not be allowed to hold a spot in the election. You should not be able to hold a spot in American government. People who take money from foreign lobbyists need to be ostracized, called out, and should be removed from any political position that they've been elected to. They need to enact laws that make this possible, that say that if you take money from foreign lobbyists, or foreign interests, that you are not a real American politician. And they need to remove those people from government. It should not be okay for foreign governments, for people who want to say they're not foreign lobbyists because of a bullshit loophole and they refuse to register under FARA, we should not allow them to run our government and run our politics the way they currently do. And APEC is right now running our government in a lot of ways. And this is James Fishback talking about it. He goes, APEC openly calls itself a group that is lobbying for pro-Israel policies. Israel is a foreign country. Lobbying for a foreign country makes you a foreign lobbying group. Pretty straightforward. I would never take any foreign money. My allegiance is to America. James Fishback, come on. We love you, kid. This is fucking, like, I don't know if I've had a day this happy in a while. We now have a true America First candidate running for the governorcy in my state. Like, let's fucking go. And this is a state that is run by Zionists. So we know that APEC, I showed you that Byron Donalds only took $121,000. We know that APEC is going to dump millions into his campaign. And if they don't dump it directly into his campaign, they're going to dump it into advertisements for his campaign. They're going to do everything they can to not have James Fishback get elected because they do not want candidates who do not support Israel. Candidates who do not want to take money from them. Why? Because they run our fucking government. And if you don't think they do, look what happened to Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie opposes the Israel lobby, and then Miriam Adelson dumps $20 million into advertisements to primary him. Miriam Adelson is part of APEC, the Israel lobby. Miriam Adelson famously said to Donald Trump that they support Israel first, not America first. And these are the people funding our politicians. This is the same person who gave Donald Trump over $100 million. And some people still support that. Some people, it's mainly Jewish Americans, but some people in America are like, that's fine. It's completely fine. Oy vey, it's fine. No, it's not. It's not okay that we're getting raped, robbed, and looted in our own nation. It's not okay that we have a foreign nation trying to lobby our politicians, and then people like Laura fucking Loomer want to say, no, they're a sovereign nation. What the fuck is sovereign about taking $3.8 billion a year from the United States and having them run and prosecute every one of your fucking wars for you? Literally, we have dumped trillions of dollars into the wars we've helped Israel with over the last few decades alone. Israel has also attacked the United States multiple times, including JFK, including the USS Liberty, possibly 9/11 as well. So it is pretty clear that we need to not only disavow any political candidate or politician who takes money from the Israel lobby and APEC, but we need to completely stop from being allies with them. Being allies with Israel does not help anybody but Israel. It doesn't help the United States. And it also puts the United States in a worse position where we're not only sending money overseas, but now every Muslim country pretty much in the world fucking hates us because of it. Donald Trump is trying to rebuild some of those relationships, but it is very clear a lot of it is not working. We have pretty much tore apart the entire Middle East, and we've done it for Israel. Not for the United States interests, but for Israel's interests. When Bibi Netanyahu said we need to go into Iraq and take out Saddam Hussein, was that for America or was that for Israel? I'll let you guys answer that one. We all know the answer to it, though. And same thing, when we have this war with Iran that's imminent, that seems to be coming any day now, any week or month. Who is that for? Is that for America or is that for Israel? I don't think it harms America to not invade Iran, to not take out Iran the same way we've done with all these other Middle Eastern countries. But it would benefit Israel a ton because Israel wants to push their Greater Israel project. They want to rebuild in Gaza with Israel settlements. What Israel's doing is absolutely terrible. Israel needs to be condemned. Israel needs to be disavowed. We need to remove ourselves from any relationship we have with the terrorist state of Israel because right now, all they think about is themselves. And they want to say, oh no, we're a sovereign nation. We should be able to do whatever we want. It's like, you guys are subsidized by us. Go fuck yourselves. The reason you're able to give free abortions and healthcare throughout your whole country is because we subsidize it, because we fucking pay for it. And then they want to put out these opinion pieces saying, oh, but you get a $48 billion return. No, we fucking don't. No, we don't. And if you're talking about the corrupt money that gets laundered through the politicians, that doesn't help average Americans. It's hurting average Americans, actually. The relationship with Israel is not beneficial to your average American, to most Americans in general. And we need to remove ourselves from it completely because right now it is destroying American politics. And the people on the right are like, oh, we need to disavow all the people on the right who don't support Israel. It's like, you guys are relics of the past. You guys are a dying breed right now. You think the kids who are coming up, you think they support Israel? The left and the right? No. You can't get the left and the right to agree on shit. You literally cannot get them to agree on anything. But what do we agree on? That Israel is a terrorist state. Israel needs to be removed from American politics. APEC needs to be removed from American politics. Foreign lobbyists are a fucking joke. And any politician who takes money from APEC needs to be removed from office and never voted in again. That's what we all agree on. That's what the left and the right, the youth, that's what we can all agree on. And we can't agree on anything else. Isn't it crazy that we all come together and we say, you know what? We're tired of this bullshit. We're tired of funding genocides. We're tired of supporting war criminals. We're tired of supporting the people who financed Jeffrey Epstein and let him roam free. We're tired of the people who spied on the United States, who attacked the USS Liberty, who assassinated JFK. We're tired of being associated with them in any way. And a lot of people are like, oh, those are conspiracy theories. I have overwhelming evidence to prove every one of those things. So fuck you. Don't call it a conspiracy theory unless you're willing to actually argue how it's fake and how it's a conspiracy theory, because I have overwhelming evidence to show every one of those claims are true. And a lot of people are like, oh, the USS Liberty, that was an accident. It's like, so you're calling everyone on the ship who said it was an intentional attack a liar? You're calling the American servicemen on the ship who swear on the Bible and swear on everything that it was an intentional attack, you're calling them liars? You guys are just coping and seething. What about the dancing Israelis? What about the Israeli art students? What about the connections to the Jewish mafia that they had with JFK? What evidence do you have to dispute that? I'm curious. I'm curious for the Israeli shills in the comments who love to say that I'm a conspiracy theorist. What do you guys have to say to that? I'm really fucking curious. We're going to keep moving on, though. But this is awesome. We have a politician, James Fishback, who is pushing back against APEC, is pushing back against Israel lobbying, pushing back against corrupt policies and woke bullshit that's happening within the state of Florida and the United States. So this is fucking awesome. We need to continue to support this. We're going to keep going. I saw this today, to shift topics a bit, and I thought this was, this was alarming. This was crazy. I've seen this video before, but they are putting this video back up again. It's circulating all around social media. And the caption on this was really concerning to me. So they go, Gaza City, may the great-grandchildren of the Palestinians remember that we the Jews did this. Let them know the price of harming Jews. And then look at this. They completely destroyed the entire city. And then we'll break it down in a second after. I just want you guys to see this video. But it's absolute chaos and destruction what they did. I mean, we had 2 towers in New York City fall, and it was, one of the biggest terrorist attacks we've seen, but they refused to call this a terrorist attack, and they burned down the entire fucking city over something that they funded, over something that they knew about because they had a stand down order. Literally, it takes about 45 minutes to get from the Gaza border over to Jerusalem. There was about 6 hours before anything was called, and nobody seems to acknowledge that. They also don't like to acknowledge that Bibi Netanyahu was funding Hamas the same way the United States have funded Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, even parts of ISIS. We love to go to war with people we fund ourselves, and so does Israel, apparently. Maybe that's why we're such great fucking allies. It's absolutely insane, the gaslighting, the lying, and bullshit they want to bestow upon us. It's absolutely insane that they post this video and they're like, yeah, you guys will know the price for harming Jews. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You support this? You support the entire city being burned down? You support the death of women, children, and journalists? Go fuck yourself. That's why you guys are terrorists, because of this shit. Anybody who supports this is no better than the terrorists who did it themselves. I mean, it is awful what happened there. And if you see this video and you're like, no, it's acceptable, it's okay, go fuck yourself. That is awful. That is so fucking awful. Because even the American soldiers who went into Iraq and destroyed it there, they don't support what they did. They regret it. I mean, again, we pray for their souls, but tens of thousands of them have killed themselves because of it and currently still struggle with the PTSD and the struggles of what they did in that nation. And the fact that they celebrate this and they don't struggle with it at all, they're not sad about it. Maybe there's some Israelis who are, but the people who support Bibi Netanyahu support this bullshit. They support the terrorism that Israel brings to the Middle East, because Israel is no different than most of the other Middle Eastern nations. They're a bunch of terrorists who do not give a shit about what America thinks because they control American politics and American media. Bibi Netanyahu literally held a meeting with American media representatives saying that it was the Eighth Front, that they have to control the narrative in America. Charlie Kirk wrote them a 16-page love letter on how to butt-fuck American politics. This is something that they are engaging in currently right now. They're trying to engage in political discourse on X, on YouTube, on all these platforms. They literally bought TikTok, CBS. They have connections through Fox, CNN, MSNBC, every major media company, and they want to be like, no, you're anti-Semitic if you call that out. Are you fucking kidding? That's anti-Semitic? That's anti-Semitic to call that out? I have a video I'm going to show later in the show today where it's Ted Cruz saying that a viciously anti-Semitic question was asked to Eric Trump, and the question was about the USS Liberty. It's viciously anti-Semitic to talk about Americans getting killed by Israel? See, these are the politicians who need to be removed from government and removed from politics as a whole and need to be ostracized. These people are fucking terrible. These people are criminal for this. This is awful. We cannot have people supporting genocide. We cannot have people supporting the death of women, journalists, and children. We cannot have people who are supporting the foreign lobbyists funding our politicians, because it's just rape, robbing, and looting average Americans every single day and stripping us of our sovereignty, while people like Laura Loomer want to say Israel deserves sovereignty. Israel deserves sanctions. Israel deserves us to go to war with them. They don't deserve shit. They stole our nukes. They had spies in our government. They have attacked us multiple times. They do not do anything to help the United States. Nobody can make a solid argument for how Israel helps the U.S. The only argument people really say is, oh, they give us intelligence. It's like their intelligence is dick, and it's made up, and it's fake. And Mossad is a terrorist organization themselves. We literally have people who are working on Unit 8200, the same people who put the bombs in the pagers, working at Apple, Meta, Microsoft, and Google. You don't think there's bombs in some of our devices? I've talked about it before, but most likely there is. And it scares the shit out of me because we affiliate ourselves with a terrorist organization, which is Israel. I saw this and it just made me so upset to think. I knew there were people celebrating it, but this message, Gaza City, may the great-grandchildren of the Palestinians remember that we the Jews did this. See, that again, they're saying, they have no problem saying it. They did this. They caused this destruction, this terror, this fucking, I mean, look at this. This is a genocide. This is a Holocaust. This is fucking awful. This is a Holocaust. No better way to describe it. Look what they did. They took out the entire fucking city. This is drone footage. It's so sad what happened here, and they did this all so they can build Israeli settlements in the Gaza Strip and take it over for the Greater Israel Project. They think it belongs to them. They think it was all promised to them 3,000 years ago. It's the most self-entitled bullshit I've ever fucking seen. Anybody who is celebrating this, anybody who is okay with this, and all these people who were there fighting for it, they are all going to burn in hell. And I don't feel bad for stating the truth. They will all burn in hell. When they see their day of judgment, they will learn that what they did was atrocious. It was an atrocity, and it cannot be defended, especially not to Jesus Christ. Christ is king. They want to denounce Jesus. They want to say he was a rogue Jew who tried to lead a revolt against the Romans, like Ben Shapiro says. No, Christ is king, actually, Ben Shapiro, you fucking bitch. Ben Shapiro, the same guy who says, the only reason I support America is because they support Israel. And if you can't afford to live in your home city, maybe you should just move. Okay, maybe if Israel can't afford, they should just fucking move. I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit-ass double standard and Ben Shapiro's Israeli media site. We're going to keep moving on. I want to talk a little bit about the Jonathan Pollard, Mike Huckabee meeting, because this was insane. So we're going to talk about it for a second. I have a couple clips I want to show you, but this is crazy. So U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee welcomed convicted U.S. spy for Israel Jonathan Pollard into the U.S. Embassy in July. Ambassador Mike Huckabee, President Trump's envoy to Israel, met at the United States Embassy in Jerusalem in July with Jonathan J. Pollard, an American, not really an American, an Israeli is what we should call him, who spent 30 years in prison for spying for Israel. The highly unusual meeting caught some U.S. officials by surprise and appeared to be a sharp break with years of precedent for American diplomats. The New York Times learned of the meeting from 3 U.S. officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive information. When the Times asked Mr. Pollard about the meeting, he confirmed it. And then Tucker Carlson goes, this is shocking behavior from a United States ambassador. Is Huckabee going to explain it? And then I want to show you guys this clip from Nicholas J. Fuentes where he talks about it as well.
But today, the U.S. ambassador to Israel hosted a meeting with a convicted traitor to the United States of America. His name is Jonathan Pollard. He was working with U.S. intelligence at the height of the Cold War. He was caught passing tens of thousands of classified documents to Israeli intelligence. And it's possible that these documents got into the hands of the Soviets. He is a Jewish spy infiltrating the United States intelligence community on behalf of Israel for the benefit of Israel. He was caught. And it turns out that he had flipped a number of other U.S. intelligence assets to work for him. He did this for decades. The intelligence he gave Israel was incredibly damaging. And when he was found out, he was charged with espionage and convicted and sentenced to life in prison. This person was pardoned by Donald Trump in his first term as a favor to Netanyahu. That's America first, huh? Make America great again, America first. They commuted his sentence. Jonathan Pollard was freed. And when he was returned to Israel, he received a hero's welcome. In fact, Netanyahu greeted him on the tarmac as he exited the plane. He got a state greeting from the head of state of Israel because after 30 years in prison, he needed to be rewarded for betraying the United States. Today, the ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, met with this person who is planning to announce a bid to run for office in Israel for the Israeli Knesset.
Insane. Literally, so the guy who spied on America is planning to run for a government position within Israel. We had an American politician meet with this person. This person was supposed to be given life in jail, but no, they were pardoned by Donald Trump as a favor to Netanyahu. It's crazy that Donald Trump runs on America first when clearly he is Israel first. Israel has to have some form of dirt on him. And the fact that he was celebrated when he got back there, are they really our allies? Would our allies celebrate somebody who betrayed their greatest ally, who funds their nation, and is the only reason that they're able to even have a nation? No, Israel is our enemy. They are not our ally. And it is very clear. Every single day, more information comes out that shows that Israel is not our ally and has been acting against the United States' interests for a very long time. I want to keep going on. I want to show this video just so you guys can understand a little bit more who this guy is, Mike Huckabee, and what he thinks, because this guy is a utter piece of shit.
I get asked all the time because I'm a Christian, and they say, well, why are you so supportive of the Jewish people? I said, you can be Jewish, you don't have to have anything to do with Christians, but you can't be a Christian and not understand that your entire faith is built on the foundation of Judaism. So for Christians, we look at this as an obligation, a moral debt that we must repay. And therefore, I don't understand anyone who says, I'm a Christian, but I don't really want to support the Jews. Well, how can you do that? But it is not the view of those of us who are what I would call biblical believers that accept that what the scripture says about the Jewish people. In Genesis 12, those who bless Israel will be blessed. Those who curse Israel will be cursed. It gets pretty simple. I say there's a miracle every day in this country. I get asked.
So he thinks that because of a Genesis verse from a prophecy that has already been fulfilled when Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins, that prophecy was fulfilled to the Old Testament, and the New Testament supersedes it. It's not a sequel, it supersedes it, and he ignores that. And he quotes that Genesis verse to weaponize Christians' religion against them. This guy is a complete and utter fraud. Not only is he fraud, he's treasonous. I mean, meeting with a person who spied on the United States at a United States embassy, that should be a crime. This person, Mike Huckabee, should be locked up for this. He should not be celebrated within America. He should be removed from American politics and tried for treason. I mean, it is insane to say that we owe a debt to Israel. And beyond that, if you want to take what he's saying that not only do we have to support Israel, we have to support the modern day state of Israel. We have to support Bibi Netanyahu and their genocidal wars. Bibi Netanyahu is one of the most war-hungry cunts that exists. Bibi Netanyahu should be in jail as well. Bibi Netanyahu should not be pardoned. Bibi Netanyahu should be removed from politics and put in prison for the rest of their lives. I mean, Bibi Netanyahu is one of the worst people on this earth right now, and a lot of people compare him to some of the terrible dictators of the 1930s and 40s. I think he is one of the worst people to ever exist in human history. The amount of human lives that this person has taken or oversaw being taken is terrible. Bibi Netanyahu is not a good person. He is a very, very awful person who right now is being celebrated by our president, our commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, when he should be put in jail. I really hope that he makes a trip to New York City, and I would support Zohran Mamdani fully if he slapped the cuffs on Bibi Netanyahu. That would be like, Zohran, you want to win our support? Slap the fucking cuffs on this guy. I don't like you, Zohran, but you slap the cuffs on him, you might have my support. Not all of it, but you'll gain a great deal of respect from me. I'll tell you that. You will gain a great deal of respect from millions of young Americans around the country who want to see this guy go to jail for the war crimes he has committed. And like, Bibi Netanyahu, when he flies, has to fly around certain countries because they'll literally shoot his plane down or ground it and arrest him on the spot if they don't, because he is a wanted war criminal around the world. Bibi Netanyahu is one of the most awful people to ever exist. But we're going to go back into this story about Huckabee. So this is a tweet that I found interesting, and I agree with it. They go, call me old-fashioned, but Pollard never should have been released. And back in my day, we didn't willingly allow spies into the embassy. Huckabee needs to be fired immediately. This is absolutely ludicrous. Where I would take it a step further is not only should he be fired, he should be tried for treason. Because Huckabee held meetings at U.S. Embassy with an American. They call him an American because he was an American at the time, but if you were spying for Israel, you're not a real American. You're a treasonous cunt. Honestly, I think all spies should be hanged publicly by the government. I mean, there's no exceptions. It is awful what this person did. Jonathan J. Pollard, who was convicted of espionage, said in an interview that the meeting, which was highly unusual for a U.S. diplomat to attend, had been friendly. So not only did the meeting happen, but Huckabee was friendly with a man who spied on America. Whose plane, I don't like Owen Schroyer, but we're going to go over this tweet, but whose plane did convicted traitor and foreign spy Jonathan Pollard fly back to Israel on? This is where it gets crazy. Jonathan Pollard, the former U.S. naval intelligence analyst convicted of spying for Israel, was released from U.S. prison in 2015 2015 and flew to Israel on a private jet in December 2020 after his parole restrictions were lifted. The plane he flew on belonged to Sheldon Adelson, the late American billionaire casino magnate and major pro-Israel donor, along with his wife, Miriam Adelson. Who gave Trump $100 million during the campaign? Miriam Adelson, right? Who said that they were Israel first, not America first? Miriam Adelson, who is dumping millions of dollars into primarying Thomas Massie. Miriam Adelson, the same one who flew the spy. Like, Miriam Adelson claims to be an American, yet they're flying a Jewish spy back to Israel so they can be safe there and never face another day in prison on their private jet. This person is not a real American. Miriam Adelson should be arrested for this as well. It's treasonous that any of this was allowed to happen. It's treasonous that we have people in our country and our government who are working against America's interests, who are supporting people who spied on America. Do you think if this was a Russian spy, it would go over the same way? Do you think if it was a Chinese spy, it would go over the same way? Do you think if it was a spy from any other country in the world besides Israel that it would go over this way? No, it goes over this way because who runs our government? Who runs our media? Israel, the Israel lobby, the organized Jewry within our society. That's who runs America, and we need to start calling it out because I'm sick and fucking tired of people flying spies back on their private jet who are supporting these spies themselves, meeting with them at United States embassies. I'm sick and fucking tired of people shilling for the pro-Israel lobby and allowing this bullshit to continue. Because every day this continues, every day more information like this comes out, America, or regular Americans, lose interest in supporting Israel. And not only do they lose interest in supporting them, it's not like they're just, I'm kind of in between about it. I just don't support them anymore, but they're not terrible. Like, now people are like, no, they are terrible people. They're going from the boomers' favorite and Gen X's favorite to, and Gen Z and Gen Alpha, we're like, oh, fuck these terrorists. These people are terrible. These people need, the U.S. should be going to war with them, not with Iran. These people are fucking awful. They are lobbying our politicians. They're looting, they're robbing, they're raping us in real time. Israel's not a great place. Israel is somewhere that is working against America's interests, and it's very clear. We're going to keep going on because I wanted to show you guys this picture. Jonathan Pollard, who served 30 years in U.S. prison for espionage against America after his parole ended in 2020. Sheldon and Miriam Adelson personally provided the private jet to fly Pollard and his wife to Israel, where Netanyahu greeted him as a hero. I mean, look at that. This is during COVID, so they're doing a little elbow touch instead of a handshake, and you see they're holding their masks there. Do you think a guy who calls himself the greatest ally to the United States would support a person who spied on the United States? He supports him because they're not actually the greatest ally to the United States. They're working against us. Literally, we had that guy who was on Piers Morgan going against Cenk, and he was like, politicians from the West will fall if they don't support Israel. A Mossad agent said that. A former IDF soldier, Mossad agent, said that. What did he mean by that they will fall? Is it because that they will attack the United States again? They'll take out more politicians the same way they took out JFK? Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like they are a terrorist state who is willing to cause harm to politicians if it means pushing their agenda forward. That's what I'm getting from that. I do want to keep going on with our show. I want to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene stepping down for a bit, and then we'll get into the Candace Owens stuff towards the end of our show here. Like I said, it's a little bit of a longer show because I was gone for a few days. Now I'm back, and we're going to read the comments at the end. We got a lot of comments to go through, but I want to read this right here. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, She posted a 10-minute video where she read her statement out loud. We're not going to listen to the entire thing because she also wrote it down, and I'll just paraphrase some of it. But
hi, everyone.
Get past that. Sorry about that. But she goes, I've always represented the common American man and women as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C. and never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. The debt goes higher. Corporate and global interests remain Washington sweethearts. American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interests. The spending power of the dollar continues to decline. She keeps going on, talking about stuff like that. However, with almost 1 year into our majority, the legislature has been mostly sidelined. We endured an 8-week shutdown, wrongly resulting in the House not working for the entire time. And we are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on. My bills, which reflect many of Donald Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S., making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of your home and climbing, let's see, I gotta zoom in, and eliminating H-1B visas just sit collecting dust. That's how it is for most members of Congress bills. The speaker never brings them to the floor for a vote. Yeah, because they're Israel first. They're not America first. These are the people I represent and love, because that is who all my family and friends are, common Americans. I have been blessed to represent the 14th District of Georgia for 5 years, which is filled with some of the most wonderful, kind-hearted, God-fearing, patriotic, hardworking people you will ever meet. Good, regular, common Americans. I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power, traveling the country for years, spending millions of my own money, missing precious time with my family that I can never get back, and showing up in places like outside the New York courthouse in College Pond Park against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. And I will never forget the day, again, we're just paraphrasing, I'm not going to read that part. Loyalty should be a two-way street, and we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests, because our job title is literally representative. America First should mean America First and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America First in our halls of government. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14, trafficked, and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for. However, while, yes, hurtful, my heart remains filled with joy, my life is filled with happiness, and my true convictions remain unchanged, because my self-worth is not defined by a man, but instead by God, who created everything in existence. My only goal and desire has ever been to hold the Republican Party accountable for the promises it makes to the American people and put America first. I have fought against Democrats' damaging policies like the Green New Deal, wide open, deadly, unsafe border policies, and the trans agenda on children and against women. With that, has brought years of nonstop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander, and lies about me that most people could never withstand even for a day. It has been unfair and wrong, not only to me and especially my family, but to my district as well. It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by MAGA Inc. and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can't even relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or insane 4D chess game being played when the common American people finally realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington. Then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people I love, to live life to the fullest, as I always have, and look forward to a new path ahead. I will be resigning from office, with my last day being January 5th, 2026. And then Randy Fine responds, one anti-Semite down, one to go. It's anti-Semitic now to not support Israel, apparently. Like, fuck these people. Again, I don't love Marjorie Taylor Greene with everything she does, but I do support her. I have supported a lot of the things she stands behind, and she is was one of the only people in American Congress who was pushing for true America First policies. I don't necessarily support everything with her, because she does seem to be slightly two-faced in some ways. I mean, she spoke at Nick's conference, then disavowed him after. She has said some weird things. I'm pretty sure she had a cheating scandal with her husband, which is a little shaky, obviously. Can't support that part of it. And yeah, in general, she doesn't seem like the smartest woman ever, but at the same time, she is one of the people who is pushing for true America First policies. So I do want to say, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I want to thank you for your service to the American people. I'm very sorry that Donald Trump did call you a traitor because of the Epstein files, and you are not a traitor for that. You are a true America First patriot for that. Pushing for the release of these files, full transparency like Donald Trump promised, is the right thing to do. And the legacy you'll leave behind is a good one. It is not a bad one. So we are very happy to have had you serving the people in your district and serving the American people. It's very sad what they are forcing her to do. And a big part of me thinks they either threatened her or they have some dirt on her that they threatened to blackmail her with. Because I don't think she was necessarily willing to back down this easy unless something like that happened. And I fear that that's what happened. But at the same time, this is one of the reasons why I push for men in politics, because men generally don't back down from things like this. Again, it does happen, but it's the exception of the rule, not the rule itself. While women are more likely to back down in instances like this, it's not to say they all would, but a lot of them would. So it's one more argument on why I think men should be in politics. But I'm not trying to completely disavow Marjorie Taylor Greene or what she has tried to accomplish within Congress. I think she was great for the American people, a true America First patriot who stood up for people like me who don't want to be replaced in our society, who want full transparency when it comes to Epstein and rape victims and all the terrible things that happened with Jeffrey Epstein and his cronies who were politicians, billionaires, elites all around the globe who were trafficking and raping these young women. And Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote over 22 different bills. None of them were even brought to the floor for a vote, and that was because they were all pro-America bills, not pro-Israel bills. So the American Congressional Unit, they did not support that, because our country right now is not run by Americans. It is run by Israel, a foreign nation. So I really feel bad for Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think that it would have been beneficial if she served out the rest of her term, but I do understand a bit her not wanting to dump billions of her own dollars into a campaign where she's basically being primaried by Donald Trump. He pulled his endorsement, called her a traitor. She has been receiving death threats and had to up her security. She does have a family to worry about. So there are parts of me that do understand it, but I think it's, I don't know, I'm really in between on this in a lot of ways, as you can tell. Like, I really do like a lot of her policies. I don't think she was the smartest woman necessarily. And I don't really think women should be in politics, but at the same time, we need people pushing the word of America first, and that's what she was trying to do. And people like Donald Trump, you know, the big cat turd fucking Twitter account, like people like that, they were disavowing her, and even like Randy Fine, one anti-Semite down, one to go. Fuck you, Randy Fine, you fat ass sack of shit. You look like you ate every fucking kid your wife had. You look like you ate all the children in Gaza, not killed them. You are such a disgusting fat sack of shit and such a vile, fucking gross, grotesque human being. Not only are you disgustingly fat and objectively ugly, but you also posted pictures of dead children celebrating it, saying, "Send me another." You are a fucking terrible person who should be treated like the worst human capital that exists. You are fucking awful, and you should not be in Congress. You should not be allowed in government. You shouldn't even be in America. As Brett Cooper said, go back to Israel. I think you'd be happier there. I fucking hate, I shouldn't say hate, that's sinful, but I really fucking dislike Randy Fine. He is one of the worst people in our government and in our country. I want to keep going on with our show today. We talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene. We talked about Jonathan Pollard and the Mike Huckabee situation. And we talked about James Fishback, who we're going to give our support to so far. But I want to show this. So they added the location feature on X. And the location feature allowed you to see where accounts were created and where they are, most of the time. And this was used by a lot of people to say, like, oh, these people have been pushing, bullshit from India, from Pakistan, from all these other countries trying to flood American politics with propaganda and misinformation. And the Department of Homeland Security's account is where it gets interesting, because it said that it was not only created in Israel, but it was primarily used in Israel from the Israel App Store. And then the person at X who made the change goes, this is fake news. Location was not available on any Great Check account at any point. And then the Homeland Security account goes, I can't believe we have to say this, but this account has only ever been run and operated from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge. Videos are easy to manipulate. Thank you for your attention to this matter. But I want to show you guys these videos. I don't think they're manipulated. There's a lot of different people who took a lot of screen recording showing this. Oh, we don't need audio. They click on it. They click on where the profile's from. Israel. That's a screen recording. That's not manipulated. That's a screen recording right there. We're going to go to another one. Israel again. Wow. And then, again, this is from the Hodge twins. They even show it right here. It's absolutely insane. If the Department of Homeland Security account has been run by Israel, I mean, this is further proof that our country has been infiltrated and our country is being run by foreign nations. Every single comment, and pretty much everyone, is debunking their claims that they're like, oh, no, it wasn't there for gray check marks. No, it was. You could see it. I literally witnessed it myself. It's absolutely insane. This is a funny tweet. Now say you can't believe we have to say this, but the account has only ever been run and operated from the United States. Screenshots are easy to forge. He's telling him what to write. He's telling him what to write at this point. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And then they changed it, and then now it says they're based in the United States. But why did it say it was based in Israel until you guys took it down for a couple days and then brought it back up? I'm pretty sure the reason they took it down was because Israel was like, you guys got to take that down. We're getting fucking hammered right now. We got caught in our lie red-handed. It's insane. Yeah, just like how the American government is run by Americans, right? Yep, it's fucking insane. We are being infiltrated. We're being raped, robbed, and looted of our sovereignty, and they don't care. They care about their own interests. I want to show another video. This video is of Thomas Massie talking about the Epstein bills and talking about how the CIA, and not only the CIA, but Mossad as well, is very involved with Jeffrey Epstein.
Do you believe Netanyahu's involvement with Trump is influencing the decision of the Epstein file release?
I think Israel is influencing the Epstein file release because Israeli intelligence and our own CIA was wrapped up with Epstein. And so it would be embarrassing to our own intelligence agencies as well as Israel's intelligence agencies for all that to come out. And if you notice, there are a lot of bots online and people who are paid. Maybe they're not robots, but they are paid, and they're going after Marjorie and I uniquely. And I think it's because we are against the war that Israel has in Gaza right now, and we want that to end. And we don't vote for foreign aid, and we don't vote for military aid for these other countries that are at war, and we get in trouble for that.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene literally got removed from the government for that, basically. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene supported the Epstein files being released, and she supported not sending money to Israel, and for that, Donald Trump called her a traitor. It's absolutely fucking insane. It's crazy what's happening, and it is just more evidence showing that Mossad and the CIA are both guilty in the Epstein controversy, that there is intelligence agencies behind this. Alex Acosta literally even said this before. We are an hour into the show, so I do want to keep going on. We're going to speed run through the rest of the show. We'll talk about this Candace Owens stuff real quick. Let me get it pulled up here. Here we go. I do want to talk about what's happening with Candace Owens real quick, because this is crazy if this is true. Candace Owens is claiming that her life is being threatened right now, and there are people backing the information up. Candace Owens, I'm sure, will release more information about it on her video today. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow if she does. But Candace Owens goes, urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position in proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie or Intervention Group I'm told there is one Israeli that is on the assassination squad and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government's apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that the Charlie Kirk assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Poussard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of the state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information, which is definitively verifiable should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life, may God bless you truly. Let all be revealed. Wow. If they kill Candace, you will see people. Again, I hate to even say anything like this. I really do. But after Charlie Kirk's assassination, we had never been closer to a civil war. If they were to take out Candace too, you might not be able to stop certain Americans from acting hastily. I mean, and I pray that that doesn't happen. I disavow all violence, but do not touch Candace. Do not touch a fucking hair on her head. Do not touch Candace. You guys assassinated Charlie Kirk publicly in a brutal, graphic way that I will never forget, and millions of young Americans will never forget. Do not take Candace Owens. I mean, if you want to really start shit in this country, that's how they're going to do it. I mean, that would be so fucking terrible. And not only for that, we need to pray for Candace's safety if this is true. Candace has been investigating Macron and his wife, who seems to be a man. And that seems to be part of it. In part, it seems like they might be tied to the Charlie Kirk assassination in some way. And then Project Veritas literally posted this information with leaked messages from a New York number, a 917 number, that said that Candace has been a target of governments for years. Right here, we're going to read some text. Hi, I need you to start working on the it's blanked out, and Candace Owens case. Armstrong will give you the commands, but we need to focus on black and blank first. With the Armstrong on this, send some underage girls to secure him. He's an easy target. The harder one is Candace because she's very resistant. Gather the group to come up with a good strategy, but don't waste time for blank. It would be good to have something we could use to put him in jail. I don't want to be on that, is what they responded. So they're trying to get blackmail on somebody with underage girls. Again, more proof that Epstein was working with intel agencies. And not only that, they're trying to get Candace Owens. Having been working on the issue with Candace Owens, we need to blackmail her fast. Clackick has been very affected. Tell Armstrong to send the photographer to follow her and follow her husband. AW want to know if they need to focus on Candace or blank. Candace first. I'm so angry at her that I can't stop thinking. If the things she says about Clackick are taken seriously, they will investigate the use of money in the election campaign. We have to bring out material to destroy her reputation before she gets to us. This is showing that, yes, it is true. She has been a target of not only government intimidation, but they've tried to blackmail her. They tried to stop her. They tried to shut her down. And governments might be trying to target her. So I do want to take the threat against her life seriously. Again, I don't support Candace in everything she says, but I do support Candace. Same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Didn't support everything about her, but I did support her. We need to pray for Candace's safety. We need to pray that not only are these threats not real, that would be the best case scenario if this was all fake. I mean, if Candace was wrong about this, that would be the best case scenario. But we need to pray that if it is correct, that Candace is safe, that this information is able to spread like a wildfire, and this information is able to get out to the American public, the American people, and that the American government will actually put the Americans first for once. And Candace is an American who should be put first over the French government, over intel agencies who want to see her dead, because this is despicable, absolutely condemnable that people are trying to take Candace's life for her active investigations right now. I'm very sad by this. Candace Owens, again, I don't support everything you do, but I support your right to live. I support your right to report on these things, and I support your Charlie Kirk investigation and some of the stuff about the Macron investigation as well. And I like your videos, I'm not going to lie, so I'm very sad that this is happening. We all need to give our support to Candace Owens right now, and not only our support, but our prayers too. I do want to keep moving on with the show. Like I said, we're going to speed run through the rest of the show because we're already over an hour into it. I want to show a video of Laura Trump, the daughter-in-law to Donald Trump, and Bill Maher bitching and seething and coping about Nick Fuentes still. I mean, it's fucking insane. On day 27 of the Tucker costs, like, what are we at? I don't even fucking know.
Things are kind of balancing a little bit. And you know what? I will say people doing what you've done helps that so much. It really does help it so much because I think we need to remember at the end of the day.
No one else is doing what that I'm doing.
No, I agree
That's
with you.
The thing. Everybody else is in their fucking bubble.
We need it.
Yeah,
we need more of it.
We do.
Well,
I
I'm
think,
here, Bill. I came here.
I appreciate
Hello.
it, and I always give the conservatives their props on that.
Yeah.
I say it almost every time a conservative is on the show or comes here.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I'm willing to sit down and talk to anybody.
Ask any conservative. Unfortunately, we can't ask Charlie Kirk, who was here.
That's right.
Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on real time, either here or on the show. Ask any of them. They will always, Ted Cruz, they will always say, we had a good time.
Yeah.
We had a good time. You know, now there are people who I wouldn't have here, like that little prick Nick Fuentes.
That is an unfortunate individual. And I hate that he gets associated so closely with, you know, the MAGA movement, with my father-in-law, with all.
He doesn't get associated with MAGA. He calls out MAGA because MAGA sold out America. MAGA is not America. America first is America.
All of this stuff because
They should denounce him more forcefully.
Well, I mean, maybe you're right, but he is certainly not the representative that I think any of us
in many ways
should be.
These old ass relics of the past and this dumb bitch Laura Trump is like, oh, he doesn't represent us. Bitch, shut the fuck up. First of all, go make him a sandwich. Second of all, Bill Maher, who the fuck are you in 2025? You're a relic. You're a fucking dinosaur. You mean nothing. You think the youth is watching Bill Maher? No, they're watching Nicholas Fuentes on Rumble. Nick Fuentes pulls more live streamers on a Rumble stream on a fucking Friday night than this guy can pull in any live stream. He gets more views on a video than this guy gets on cable fucking television.
I would hope the problem, one of the problems with your father-in-law is like, if anybody likes him, he has a real hard time not liking them.
That's true.
And that has led him to some bad things.
They're still seething about him. You have to disavow him. Maybe Trump should disavow him. Guess what? Trump disavows him. Guess who loses the election? The Republicans. They cannot disavow him because the Groyper squeeze is in effect right now. And a total Groyper victory has already been declared. I mean, we are taking over American politics right now. America first is inevitable, bitch. Fuck MAGA. MAGA is dead. The idea of MAGA, make America great again, is great. But is it alive and well with Trump? No. Trump is Israel first. Trump is MIGA. Make Israel great again. He's not MAGA. And we need to be able to call that out. And he's literally, like, you can see, he's got a blunt in his hand as he's saying this. Like, okay, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You and this dumb bitch, go away. We don't need to listen to you. We don't need, like, who the fuck cares about Laura Trump? Who the fuck cares what Bill Maher has to say? Nobody. I can't think of anybody who's like a huge Laura Trump supporter or a huge Bill Maher fan. Like, they're both retards. We're going to keep going on with the show. I want to show this. I talked about it earlier. This is Ted Cruz bitching about the question about the USS Liberty. It was viciously anti-Semitic. Oy vey. APEC told me I have to say this.
This poison is spreading. There are pastors who love Israel who think all is fine, and my message to them is go and talk to the teenagers in your congregation. Go and talk to the 20-somethings in your congregation.
I wish if my priest came up to me and was like, what do you think of Israel? And I was like, I think they're a terrorist state. And he was like, oh, you're not a man of Christ? I would find a new church. He thinks that this is going to work. He's like, I'm telling the pastors, go talk to the kids in your congregation. Like, no, we'll find churches that actually don't get paid to push propaganda then. Like, go fuck yourself.
Because they're picking up their phone and they're watching TikTok and they're watching Instagram and they're hearing this message being driven and it is resonating. And if you want an illustration.
So they're mad that kids are noticing? The noticing is working, guys. Guys, the noticing is working. It's where he's like, they're watching TikToks and they're watching Instagram Reels and they're seeing the war crimes in real time and they are taking this narrative. It's like, okay, so we're seeing the terrible corrupt practices of Israel and we're deciding to side against them, not with them, and you're mad about that? You're mad that Israel's committing war crimes and we're noticing it? You wanted them just to go unchecked and unnoticed. Got it, you dumb paid bitch. Ted Cruz is no better than a political slut. That's all he is. He's a political slut. He might as well be the Bonnie Blue of politics. This guy is a massive slut. He'll do anything he's paid to do. Fucking fat cunt.
Illustration of this. Several weeks ago, J.D. Vance was down at Ole Miss at a Turning Point gathering, and one kid got up, asked this viciously anti-Semitic question. The most horrifying thing to me is what happened in the second later, which is the crowd erupted in applause.
What's horrifying to me is that the crowd supported it. Oh, the noticing is where, guys, the groyping of America's here. Let's fucking go. Fuck this guy. Fuck this fat cunt.
Not everybody. My guess is 20 to 30% of the kids there
It's more
were
like
applauding
everyone.
the viciously anti-Semitic question. A week or two later, there was another event with Eric and Laura Trump at Auburn University. A kid got up and said, I can do even better, and asked such an anti-Semitic question, it was filled with lies. Every word of the question was a lie, including and, but, and thee. And again, instantaneously, the reaction was the same. 20 to 30% of the kids began cheering.
It's like more like 80%.
Now, here's the warning sign to hear. This was not a gathering.
I'm surprised he didn't say 6 million.
Gathering at Berkeley. This was not a gathering at Yale. This was at Ole Miss and Auburn.
The groyping has started.
These are a bunch of big old frat guys that are just looking to make a friend on Saturday night, who have heard the message. We are such a team. We're so polarized. We're so bifurcated that what worries me is young people that get the message, oh, our team, we hate Israel.
No, it's actually the opposite, where you tell us our team, we love Israel, and we're just saying, no, we're noticing a pattern of corrupt behaviors, and we're ready to call it out, unlike you political sluts. And it's like, they want to say organized Jewry doesn't exist as they're standing at the Jewish Federation talking. Like, what? What is that then? Is that not organized Jewry? Fucking insane. They tell on themselves.
That is dangerous.
That is dangerous. Oy vey. People noticing that the USS Liberty happened is dangerous. It's viciously anti-Semitic. No, fuck you. You're just a fat sack of shit. You're just a retard and a political slut, Ted Cruz. You're nothing. You're a relic of the past. Again, all these people, they're relics of the past. Here's who the youth listen. And again, I'm not like the biggest Theo Von guy in every way, but like I find some of his stuff funny, some of it not funny. But this is who the people listen to. Joe Rogan, Theo Von, stuff like this.
There's photos of Nancy Pelosi with JFK. Think of that. That was before we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah.
It was 1963.
That was before Israel didn't kill him.
You think so?
I didn't say anything.
There's photos of Nancy.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say it. Well, I did. They killed him. They killed JFK. They did it because he wanted to inspect the Dimona Project. That's why they fucking killed him. They killed JFK. They did it publicly to send a fucking message. And then, again, the guy who killed him apparently then got shot right away, too. It's weird how everyone in a conspiracy usually just dies. Right? It's pretty fucking insane that wasn't questioned more. And then you have this person, this Jewish American going, just when you think you've heard it all, Theo Von hops on the biggest podcast on the planet with Joe Rogan and coughs up the delusional anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that Israel... It's not anti-Semitic to say that they killed JFK. That's not. That's just common sense and correct knowledge. A modern-day blood libel blasted to millions like it's anything but lazy conspiracy sewage. No, Israel did not kill Kennedy. The fact that this trash needs correcting in 2025 is just embarrassing. I love to see how he provides no evidence to contradict it, but he's like, oh, it's blood libel. It's anti-Semitism. Oy vey, oy vey. How many shekels do I get for this one, BB? 7,000. Here you go. 7,000. 7,000. 7,000. I even saw that. It is crazy. I saw, I don't know who it was. Someone is suing Jake Shields and a few other people for $50 million for commenting $7,000 under their post. What the fuck happened to free speech? Do we not have free speech anymore? Can we not say shit like that? That's crazy, especially when it's been proven that they are paying $7,000 per post through some of their lobbyist groups. It's absolutely insane. It's tyranny that we're dealing with. I want to show this. We got a few more things to talk about before we get to our comments. We're almost at the end of our show. This is just a little callback to last week's show where we talked about the super predator who burned the woman alive on the train, the white woman, and said, "Burn, bitch, burn," after he doused her in gasoline. So it was originally reported that this person had been arrested 49 times. But the reason I want to talk about it again is because I need to correct myself. And the media corrected themselves. He wasn't arrested 49 times, guys. I'm sorry for spreading that lie. He was actually arrested 72 times. This super predator was locked away 72 times, let out 72 times. Then after that, he killed a white girl. He killed a fucking white girl, said, "Burn, bitch, burn." And we're not supposed to be mad about this. We're not supposed to call this out. We're racist when we call it out. We're racist when we say that it's the usual suspect who did it. No, I'm not a racist. I just have good pattern recognition. I'm able to call out the bullshit lies of the media when they're like, no, it has nothing to do with race. It might. It might have to do with their culture and the way they're brought up and the lack of accountability within the race. It might have something to do with that. I actually think it definitely does. But they don't want to call it out. They want to say that this was completely just random, that this person who was arrested 72 times, this disgusting super predator, that it was just random. And I've said this on a previous show, and I got shit for it from a lot of people, but I said if I see a black guy who dresses like shit, smells like shit, hair all fucked up, eyes looking all fucked up, looks like he wants to kill someone that day, I'm going to avoid him. I'm going to stay as far away from him as possible. And if you think I'm a racist for that, so be it. I just have good pattern recognition. And this guy seems to fit all of those boxes right here. I mean, look at this retarded face. Look at that retarded hair. Look at this super predator right here who took this young white girl away from her family, her loved ones, the ability to ever have children. And this is a good tweet under it, because seems to be true now. If this girl was a little racist, do you think she'd be dead? Just curious. If this girl was a little racist, do you think she'd be dead still? And maybe she doesn't have to hate them, having general hatred for a race or a religious group or something, that's not okay. Just hating them for being them, it's not okay. We got to disavow that. But having pattern recognition enough to notice to stay away from people like that, that's completely fine. And do you think if that woman had that pattern recognition, she would be alive? Maybe, maybe not, but I think she would be. I think she would have moved away when she saw him. The same way I would have. The same way most smart individuals would have. And I'm not trying to shit on her. I'm just trying to say it's not a bad thing to have this pattern recognition. Even if some people are like, oh, you're a little racist for that. It's like, no, you're not. You're just smart. You want to live. You want to avoid natural selection at all costs, like myself. I don't want to die at the hands of some super predator who's been let out of jail 72 fucking times. 72 times. That's fucking insane. That's insane. That's multiple arrests a year, every year since this person was fucking born. And they want to tell you, no, they're not harmful at all, even though 13% of the population commits over 55% of all the murders and thefts and arrests. No, they're not dangerous at all. It's actually safe to live in a black neighborhood, they say. No, it's not. It's not. It's not safe to be anywhere around a lot of them, actually. It's not safe to be on subways near them, on trains, any public transport, it seems, in the airport. It's actually fucking insane how dangerous it is to be around them in some instances. And this woman's life was taken. And again, I urge everybody, even if some people call you out for it, have that pattern recognition. You see a black guy dressed like shit, smelling like shit, eyes all fucked up, hair looking all fucked up, looks like he wants to kill somebody, avoid him at all costs. Even if it's inconvenient for you, walk the other way. Take another train. Do what you have to do to save your life. It's fucking insane what is happening. And it's insane that more people are not calling. Why is this not front page fucking news on every major news site? Why is there only one or two news sites posting about this? Why is Fox News the only ones talking about it? Why isn't every fucking major news network in the United States, the president himself, every member of Congress, they're holding a thing to disavow Nick Fuentes? Disavow this fucking shit. How about that? How about disavow the super predators in our fucking land who are killing white girls repeatedly, who are killing young white boys repeatedly? They are targeting them. And they're like, no, it's not. It's just random. He would have done that to anyone. No, it's very clear that it's targeted. It's very clear that what happened to Austin Metcalf was targeted. It's very clear that what happened to Irene is targeted. It's very clear that what happened to Bethany McGee was targeted. And I'm sick and fucking tired of it. I'm sick and fucking tired of my people being under attack in my country. The super predators do not belong here and need to be removed from American society completely. They need to be put in jail for life. They need to be given death sentences. I'm sick and fucking tired of feeling unsafe in my own country. What the fuck is the point of paying taxes if I can't even feel safe? Seriously, what the fuck is the point? I do not understand it. I don't understand it at all. And I'm so furious with the media for refusing to report on this subject. It actually infuriates me. I'm going to move on because I'm just going to keep getting mad and more riled up about this, but this is fucking insane. And then this is, again, like, when this first happened, I came out on my show, pre-red pill, not that that matters that much, but I came out on the show and I said that, this woman shouldn't have done this, she should not have called the kid this, and I disavowed it. And I still kind of agree to the statement that maybe you shouldn't use the language to a children. I just generally don't think cursing in front of children is great. But now they're trying to, arrest this woman, set a trial date for her, Shiloh Hendricks, for using the N-word. What the fuck happened to free speech? Again, I don't think someone should be calling a kid that necessarily. I've condemned that. But at the same time, I will support her right to use free speech by all costs. The same way, like, again, the guy who said that to Dave Portnoy, the statement where he threw coins at his feet. I disavowed that. I don't think it was okay. I don't think it was smart. I think it was really bad optics as well. But at the same time, he should not be arrested for it. The same way this woman should not be arrested for it. So you're telling me that now if you use language that people deem offensive, that you could be arrested for disorderly conduct? What the fuck is it? Do we even live in America anymore? Seriously, do we even fucking live in a free nation? Are we a free nation at all? Or are we a corrupted nation? Are we a nation that hates white Americans? Are we a nation that wants to ostracize white Americans for using their free speech? And again, I don't necessarily support what she did, but I support her right to do it. The second they arrest this woman for this, and that kid for screaming at Dave Portnoy, they make it possible to arrest any of us for our voices. Someone gonna break in my fucking door right now and arrest me for my show? Is that possible? Is that a possibility? Is this disorderly conduct? This is fucking insane. This is atrocious that this woman is getting arrested and they're setting a trial date for her for this. But to read the full tweet, the trial date for 36-year-old Shiloh Hendricks, who was accused of using racial slurs against a child in Rochester, Minnesota, has been set. The Minnesota mother went viral earlier this year when she accused the young child of going through her stuff. Hendricks was charged with 3 counts of disorderly conduct. The trial will begin on August 31st, 2026. This woman has the GoFundMe. And this woman has made a ton of money on the GoFundMe ever since this. And I'm urging everybody who has any extra funds, keep donating to this woman, because this woman does not deserve what is happening to her. She does not deserve to be arrested. She doesn't deserve her entire life to be ruined for using her right to free speech. It's actually really upsetting. Well, I don't know if we're going to watch the video. You guys have seen it. I've shown it on the show before. But yeah, she called a child the N-word because the child was stealing her stuff and messing with her son. Again, I don't necessarily agree with using that language to children. I don't think cursing in front of children is great, but I do respect her right to use free speech. So we got to support Shiloh through this. It's very sad what they're doing. I have just a couple more things I want to show you guys before we go on to our comments. I saw this over the weekend. The right's first Juicy Smollett. The right's first, Juicy Smollett, she's like the Jackie Robinson of right-wing hate crime hoaxers, a pioneer, also completely insane, needless to say. An ex-GOP aide paid fetish artists to mutilate her, claim it was an anti-Trump attack, and the court documents describe it. But you could see on the pictures she's cut up, she has stuff written on her, and it was all fake. It was just like Juicy Smollett when he had the noose put around his neck by people he paid to do it, saying that it was it was 2 Nigerians who supported MAGA. And he claimed they were white, but then they ended up being Nigerian guys wearing MAGA hats, apparently. It was 2 guys he paid to beat the shit out of him, and then claim that it was an attack on him for being a Democrat. It's fucking insane. This lady we have to disavow. I mean, this is fucking disgusting, and it's a mental illness. It's just mental illness. 2 more things I want to show you guys before we go to comments. I saw this, and CBP, Customs Border Patrol, posted, "It is not a crime to carry over 10,000. We just want to know about it. CBP officers in Texas seized over 70,000 of unreported U.S. currency. A driver was referred for secondary inspection, during which officers and a K-9 unit found the money concealed in the vehicle." So if it's not a crime, then why are you taking it? Like, this is theft. This is theft by Customs and Border Patrol. They're like, it's not a crime to carry money. And then they took the person's money. That's theft. That is theft. That is blatant theft. This is fucking insane. Again, it's like, yeah, this is theft right here. This is insane that they're taking this money from this person. Unless you could prove that it was something illicit that this person ran, or illegal, illicit, that this person ran into this money, you have no basis to take this person's money. Fuck you. Sickening to me. And our last thing I wanted to show you guys, President Trump signals support for a sweeping new proposal that would ban foreign-born citizens from holding any elected office in the United States. I would love this. I mean, literally, Ted Cruz would be gone, Zohran Mamdani would be gone, a lot of shills would be gone, all the dual citizens would be gone. I'd be very happy for this to happen. I don't think it actually will, but it would be amazing if this happened. It would be amazing if this happened. And someone's like these? Yeah, any Republican who was not born in the U.S. can get the fuck out. You are not a real American. You don't deserve a place in American politics. I don't support you holding a spot in American politics, and we need to speak about that publicly, and we need to get these people removed from office, and we need to get laws passed to have only American-born citizens running the American government. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. That's going to be the entire show. We are going to go on to our comments for the day. We got a good amount of comments to get through. Hopefully we can get through them kind of quickly. We're already about an hour and a half into the show. I'm going to get them pulled up for you guys, but I want to remind everyone to like and smash the follow button, smash the subscribe button, rate the show 5 stars on Spotify, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. We read all the comments at the end of each show, and remember to scan our code up there. Get into our Telegram channel. You'll be updated on all things America First and America Unfiltered. So I'm going to get our comments pulled up really quick here. Okay, we got them pulled up here. We're going to go on to our first comment of the day. We're going to go through all the comments that have came through over the weekend on Friday and Thursday's episode. Like I said, I was gone for those days, so we're going to get to every single comment.
Alcohol is worse than THC.
That's in reference to an episode I made last week. Again, I never made the argument that alcohol is better than THC. I never made that argument, so shut the fuck up. And again, like, since weed has been legalized, nothing has really happened in this country that's been productive. You can't say the same about alcohol. Again, I'm not saying it's healthier. I'm not saying it's better, but it's like your argument is flawed in a lot of ways. Shut the fuck up. And again, that's weed people's only argument when you talk about anything with weed. They're like, oh, but what about alcohol? It's like, shut up, bitch. I didn't even bring up alcohol, you fucking retard. Thanks for your comment, though, retard.
I know I'm late to comment, lol anyways. Abortion may not be murder, but based on technicality it is absolutely homicide. Whether that was for self-defense, life of the mother, or personal gain. A human killing a human is homicide. It's that simple. I don't see how abortionists are allowed to lie to these women and tell them that it isn't their living, unique offspring. It's so misleading and disgusting.
Yeah, most women, when they see a ultrasound, they choose not to get an abortion. That's one of the ads that Candace runs, is a company that will get more women to their ultrasound appointments. And yeah, it's homicide. It's awful what happens. I mean, the biggest genocide is what women have done to babies. I mean, by far, women have killed more babies through abortion than men have killed at war through all of human history. It's insane. I appreciate your comment, and that comment's coming from a woman-based woman. Thank you for your comment. We're going to keep going on with our comments today.
ALP is made in India by dirty sand people, probably pissing in it. Make it fully in the USA.
I agree. They should make it fully in the USA. I talked about ALP last week, and I noticed that shortly after the episode. I saw something on my X that said that. But yeah, they should make it in the US, especially since Tucker Carlson runs the company. I agree. I don't think they're pissing in it, but I agree.
You are telling me we were getting blitzkrieged as high school students on Hitler's birthday all those years? Based. I seen a Mossad agent talking about Christopher Columbus in the comments. When did Christopher Columbus set sail from Spain to America? 1492. When did Jews get expelled from Spain? 1492. When did Spain's golden age begin? 1492. God's chosen people are Satan's minions? Remember, the truth hurts.
Yeah, I saw that too, actually. That's new information, actually. You know, that's fairly new information. I saw that. I'm gonna play the whole thread and then I'll respond to it all.
You're such a moron. Both Jews and Muslims were expelled and they know political power since prior that they were dhimmi.
Dude.
Hey bro, Shapiro called. Wanted me to tell you your paycheck got delayed because nobody believes in the 6 Gorillion number anymore.
Oh! 6 Gorillion.
The reason argue with you because the shit you say is factually inaccurate, like saying Jews openly serve Satan. There is nothing in the religion that says that. I'm not even saying that to be super overly defensive of the religion. I don't believe they are God's chosen. I'm just opposing lies that oversimplify things.
Dude.
Listen, I know you are an expert on the Talmud, but God needs you to be an expert on this verse in the Bible, Revelation 3:9. Then you can begin to understand the truth. It's okay to be overly defensive of Jews and the Talmud, but at the same time it blows your whole good cop pro-Zionist love is love hippie bullshit of a cover.
Revelations 3:9, where it's like the synagogue of Satan, the people who call themselves the Jews but are not and lie. It's something about they'll have to fall before Jesus Christ. I don't know the exact... See, people like Charlie Kirk can just quote scripture. I can't do that. But yeah, it's pretty damning stuff.
I'm a Zionist.
Okay, shut up. You're an idiot then.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
This is a fun thread.
I'm not an expert. The Talmud, all I did was look it up.
I'm just ripping through this thread. It's still the same thread.
Well then look up Revelation 3:9 and then try to explain how they aren't Satan's synagogue. Bet you can't.
Here's his explanation.
It's calling out Jews in the 1st century who were participating persecution of Christians, and also how hypocritical they were. It wasn't collectively saying that Jews worship Satan, it was figurative.
No, it's saying that the Jews of Israel are not the Jews of the Bible. That's what it's saying, actually. You gotta learn to be able to interpret. But yeah, let's go back to the original point of the thing, where I thought that was interesting when I found that out, that Columbus was an expelled Jew, most likely. I thought that was a very interesting fact that I found out. We learned he was a brave Italian explorer, and I'm pretty sure he still was Italian. But that's an interesting fact. I saw that documentary, too. I don't know if you learned that from the documentary like me, but I saw that. My comment section's been getting a lot of weird shit. You guys will see when we get into some of these. I'm not talking about those we just read. I'm talking about, you'll see some of the stuff we get into here. Or over the next few comments. We had a few new weird fucking listeners. I don't know if they're just listening or hate watching or what the fuck they're doing, but we're going to get into it all. I appreciate everyone commenting.
Born and raised in the South, grew up with blacks, and trust me, you can't argue with them without screaming, threats, or violence. Face with tears of joy. I just learned how to get my point across and not let their reactions bother me.
Honestly, just avoid them. Just avoid them. Unless they're like the really good ones, avoid them. And then this person's a fucking retard who's commenting back.
What is wrong with you, you racist asshole?
Oh, I'm a racist asshole. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And then I called them a retard, and then they go.
No shot. The podcast is so angry at me they decide to call me a retard.
Yeah, you are a retard. You're a fucking retard.
Pathetic that a grown man is resorting to slurs because he has no comeback.
Retard is a slur? Go fuck yourself, retard. How about that?
Pride person, you need to get a hobby.
Yeah, the person's name is Pride Person. That's who he's referring to. The person who's bitching that I called them a retard, their name is Pride Person. Alright, we're gonna keep going on. You'll see that. The Pride Person in the comments is a seething retard.
I know this is off topic of the episode, but Candace may be onto something. After she brought up the planes landing in my state, Nebraska, I investigated. Turns out the governor was currently in Israel, in October, and was making deals with Israel government up to $50 million. They also make missiles specifically for Israel at a company called General Dynamics in Lincoln. I was skeptical, but I think Candace is onto something. Anyway, great show as always. America first, bitches.
I actually agree with one of the comments in response. We're gonna listen to that one real quick.
To be honest, she is onto something, but it might not have anything to do with Charlie's death. She might just be lifting the lid to someone else's corruption.
That's what I think. I'm not saying it definitely doesn't have to do with Charlie's death, but I think she's just uncovering something that she wasn't supposed to. And that might be why she's getting the death threats now. Or they're saying they're going to assassinate her.
Candace is insane.
You're a bitch. Again, I don't agree with everything she says, but you're a bitch. That's the same person who said they were a Zionist. No shit, you think she's insane because she doesn't support Israel. Israel, the terrorist state. Go fuck yourself.
Good find, brother. As a fellow Nebraskan, thank you for doing my homework. She's definitely into something. I'm not a fan of the way she's drip-feeding the information, but I'm sure she has her reasons.
See, that's my biggest problem with Candace, is that she's drip-feeding it like a woman. And I've said that before. It's like, a man would never do this shit. A man would never be like, we're going to release all the information one day at a time for the next 3 weeks. A man would just be like, here it is. We're going to go through it. She's like, and on tomorrow's episode, I'll show you the rest. It's like, bitch, come on. Please, just fucking give us the information. Stop with this Bravo TV bullshit woman drama. Like, this isn't a drama show. This is politics. This is real life, sweetheart. That's my only complaint with Candace, if I'm being honest. Other than that, I like the woman. That's Nick Fuentes' future wife you're talking about.
I don't really think so.
Shut the fuck up. We're going to keep going on. That was that thread. We got another comment here from a woman listener.
Based mom love? We may have hope after all. Loudly crying face red heart.
We love the base moms. Here's the thing. The base moms seem to get it. And there are a lot more base moms than base dads, weirdly. It seems easier to red pill a Gen X woman than it is a Gen X man for some reason. I don't know what it is, but the base moms, they exist and they're great, you know. Base moms for the win. I agree with you. We need to keep showing them love. I appreciate your comment, sweetheart. Thank you.
Imagine being MAGA.
Yeah, imagine being a fucking idiot in today's day and age. Here's another comment. This is a thread.
Either way, it's better than being beta.
Dude, shut up.
Childless cat lady.
Dude, you're a retard. Are you even a guy? You're named after a woman. So if you're a woman, shut the fuck up. If you're a guy, you have a bitch ass name. This is the pride person now commenting.
I'm a teenager.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking asked you.
Pride person, maybe you should all go be a teen and stop representing a flag of ideologically harmful ideas.
Yep. This is where it starts getting fucking weird.
What are you on, buddy? Also, I am a gay, trans femme, non-binary, socialist, and atheist. Meanwhile, you're a bigoted asshole who supports fascists. I know better as a teenager than you ever will.
Fucking off myself. What are you? What are you, buddy? Also, I'm a gay, trans femme, non-binary, socialist, and atheist. Okay, so you're just fucking terrible. Like, what the fuck even is that? Is that an ingredients list? Like, what the fuck? Am I reading the back of a shampoo bottle? You're fucking insane.
How are you gay and non-binary?
And then here's their, I don't even know why I'm playing these.
Gay is non-female, love non-female, and lesbian is non-male, love non-male. There are lots of ways to be gay.
Yeah, not my comment section, though. This is a Catholic show. What the fuck are you doing here? Like, again, I don't hate you for your whatever, but I think it's sinful, and I think if you don't repent, and I think if you engage in homosexual activities, that it goes against the Catholic religion, and you will be going to hell. So I'll pray for you. I'll pray that you see the light. I think it's sinful.
I'm not socialist. but I am.
That's the pride person. They're like, but I am. Okay, shut up. You're also a dumb bitch then. You're a retard. You're a fucking retard. And then I go, what has my comment section turned into? Like, seriously? Dave got the boot already. Pride person, you have one last chance. If you comment some dumb shit like that again, like I'm a non-binary femboy fucking whatever, you're out of the. This is a Catholic show. Again, we don't need that in the comments. I'm being honest. I feel free to watch the show. Feel free to comment, but do not comment sinful things in my comment section. That's all I'm going to say, or you will just get the boot from the show. It's very easy for me to boot you from the show, and I won't feel bad. So you're on notice. You get one notice. It's not 3 strike laws like I want to give the blacks. Nope. You get 1 strike. You got it. Next thing, you're fucking out.
What is your stance, Christopher Columbus? Personally, I've always, even as child, have been a defender of his. Even though I disagree with some of his tactics in governing, I defend him because without him our society wouldn't exist, and frankly I wouldn't exist either as human beings. He also had significant role in history and cultural exchange.
Before I answer, I want to tell you this. I've told you to change your fucking name on here multiple times because you're using your real fucking name. Do you want to ever be able to get a job in the future? Don't use your real fucking name in the comments. Like, are you stupid? You're gonna get your name on a fucking list within the government, within industry. Like, do not use your real fucking name. And I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'm saying this to help you out in life. Like, genuine advice. I'm getting mad because you don't fucking listen. But what is my opinion on Christopher Columbus? He was a brave Italian explorer. That's my opinion. And he was another Jewish person that committed genocide. But you are right, that genocide did lead to us being here at the same time. Do I think he had American values? No, America wasn't a thing then. But at the same time, am I thankful that I exist today because of him coming over here? Yes, so I'm in between on it. But at the same time, I'm a defender of him. I think all Italians are. I don't know if you're Italian, but I think all Italians in some way are a defender of this guy. But we don't defend every action he's ever taken. It's not like there were stories of Christopher Columbus cutting off people's hands and feet if they didn't bring him enough like gold and shit at the end of the day. Like, I don't really support that, but at the same time, it's fascinating because like as a man, and like maybe you'll get this, maybe you won't, because sometimes you seem like a soy boy. I'm not trying to be a dick, but just some of your comments. But as a man, we kind of like, we're not like physically attracted, but we're attracted to these things like tanks, missiles, war. You know, it's interesting to us because we have our minds operate that way as men. And the idea of what he did coming over here and basically clearing the land out for America to eventually be built over time, even though that wasn't his original intention, but it led to that. You know, it's something that's interesting. It's like the Roman Empire was filled with war, but at the same time, it's extremely interesting, even some of the bad things. It's like World War II. Like, we can condemn the bad actors in World War II while at the same time still being interested in them. You know, it's like the Stalin comment Nick made where everyone's like, oh, he's a Stalin supporter. It's like, he's allowed to be interested in huge figures from the past. I mean, that's ridiculous to say that you can't be interested by things and almost admire certain things. Like, it doesn't mean you have to support what they did, but it's like, you could still admire like, it was different times, you know, like, if that was to happen in today's day and age, it's a completely different story. But in, you know, the 1400s, in times of war and, like, what the fuck was going on around the world in every country, he's a product of his time. And people who don't look at it that way, I think, are small-minded. But there are people who are products of their time. But yeah, in general, I don't hate the guy. I've just like you, I've supported him. And I'll continue to. Brave Italian explorer. In this house, we support Christopher Columbus.
FR, this guy's right.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then here is the pride person coming back for more.
He was a terrible human being who enslaved people and was a $T.
They're saying he was a rapist, but didn't want. You could just write rapist. You're not going to get banned for writing rapist. You're going to get banned for pushing propaganda. He enslaved. Okay, like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Everyone was enslaving everyone back then. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. What ancestry are you? Like, who are your ancestors? Shut the fuck up. Every race, for the most part, has been enslaved at some point. Like, shut the fuck up.
And wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for him.
Yep, you would not be alive.
Doesn't change the fact he was terrible.
Oh my god, shut up, bitch. Again, Pride person, you got your strike. You got your strike. If on this next episode you count one fucking stupid thing, you're out.
Yeah, but so were most people back this.
Exactly. Everybody at some point was slaves. Shut the fuck up. Like, my ancestors were slaves too. Shut the fuck up. Sick and fucking tired of it. We're gonna keep moving on.
I switched to Alp when Tucker dropped it. 10/10, they are the best pouches on the market.
Yeah. I have used them since. I saw they were bought in India, but yeah, I like them. I even got one in right now.
Jonathan Pollard was greeted like a legend in Israel after spying on the USA for them thumbs down.
Yeah, we talked. I hope you enjoyed me talking about it today. I was a little late to it because I was traveling, but yeah, insane. Fucking insane that they call themselves our allies. We're gonna keep going.
Another great episode. Your position on everything is as an American should be, and I'm behind you, brother.
That's because I don't pick a side. Like, I used to be a GOP shill and a cunt, and I say that about myself. I used to be pushing GOP slop, and now I'm a true America First patriot, and I'm unwilling to lie. Like, I'm unwilling to waver from the truth. And I don't take a side with Democrats or Republicans. I condemn both of them. I think they're both corrupt parties who do not have the American people's best interests in mind. And all my views come from how can Americans do better? How can the American government do better and serve the American people? So I appreciate you noticing that. I appreciate your support. Thank you for your comment. That's awesome. That made me feel good. Thank you. When people comment stuff like that, it makes me feel good. So thank you.
I feel like where I live no one is looking beyond the left or right, and I think making a small group would be enough to help people open their eyes. Like my dad, he's always the Dems this, but I showed him it's both sides. He's slowly seeing it, but still won't say they both are controlled. He's 58 and him trying to use things that happened when he was younger, but he was never into politics, but he would watch the news. I'm the one who lives next to Mexico border. I'm Mexican and I'm America first. I ran out of space, but Jesus is king, and again America first and only love they show.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's really hard to red pill your parents. Trust me, I've tried. Sometimes I think it's not even worth it, but at the same time, it's sometimes fun to do it. All I would say is, as long as you're not going to wreck your relationship with your family or people near you to red pill them, try and do it. But if you're going to wreck your relationship, it's not worth it. It really isn't, because it's like, what is it? It's just one more person who's from like a generation of the past. It's not that important. But yeah, I agree with you. It's very hard. A lot of ways to do it is just to show them stuff like the Jonathan Pollard thing we talked about. Show them, like, what's happening with Epstein should be fairly eye-opening to a lot of them, even though, like, if they watch Fox, they're probably not going to see it in the same way. Because a huge problem is like they watch these people in the media who have like built up credibility, and I put that in air quotes because they're not fucking credible at all. But then they hear their son or someone talking about it. It's like, hey, did you hear what Israel did? Hey, did you hear what Epstein did? Did you hear this? Did you hear that? And they're like, no, the media is reporting it differently, so I'm just gonna guess you're a conspiracy theorist and you're wrong, even if you are correct. So it's kind of like a brainwash propaganda thing, and it's really hard to break that. So like I said, if you're not gonna ruin your relationship over it, keep going for it. But if you are, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not worth losing relationships with your family to red pill somebody. We're going to keep going. And yeah, America first, Christ is king. Thank you for saying it.
You can't reclaim something that was never yours. Should net tries to steal, but before that would ever happen, a random small city Republican, me, would just kill him. Tell him to come back to Boston. He's a fucking scrote.
Are you threatening to kill somebody in my comments? And you used your real name. I'm screenshotting that just in case you delete it. I'm going to report you if... I'm pretty sure you're threatening to kill Yeah, you are, because that's on the episode Nick Fuentes Reclaims the Movement, and you're talking about when he goes back to Boston. Yeah, I'm going to report you not only on Spotify, but to the FBI. I mean, that's actually fucking insane. The fact that you think that I would allow that to be in my comments section, I'm reporting you as we speak. I'm submitting a claim right now. There we go. Reported, and I will report you to the FBI after the show. That's fucking insane. You're not going to threaten to kill somebody. I don't even care. Like, I very much support Nick Fuentes, but even if it wasn't him, even if it was someone else, I would never support that. You can't threaten it. Political violence must be disavowed at all costs. That's fucking disgusting. You're a disgusting human being who will burn in hell. And I'll pray for you, but you're going to burn in hell. You're a fucking terrible person. Fucking disgusting. That disgusted me. You disgust me.
Genzer here again. There is a fella on FB you should check out, 3D Classic Car Parts. You'll love his material. He thinks the exact same as I do. Keep on fighting, there's more of us than them. Like I say, I want to see the fucking world burn if it's all established by pedo elites. If they are found and exposed, live broadcast them loading in a wood chipper nice and slow like a Saw movies.
Yeah, pedophiles do deserve the death sentence. I don't think we could get away with the wood chipper, but maybe some public hangings. Maybe, hopefully. Elon Musk called for that. Elon Musk said we should hang the pedophiles. I agree. I'll check him out on Facebook.
Judges should have a rating scale. For every criminal they lock up, with less than the Ma then returns to commit another crime, your score goes down. If your score goes down far enough, you're automatically fired and should have to pay restitution to the victims.
Yeah, 100%. Judges should have a rating scale. When judges let out these people, like this guy was let out 72 fucking times. Pisses me off. You're right, they should. That's a good idea.
Black crime. Imagine trying to get a Christmas tree. Your family and 15-pound dog. A black family shows up. Their pit bull, and the dad starts following you down the rows telling his pit bull to sick your dog. WTF.
So fucked. Yeah. Needs to be condemned. Needs to be solved. It was so bad the way we integrated them into society. It was so bad the way they expected it to just go over smoothly. They, like, so many fucking problems that need to be talked about that if you talk about, you're just a racist.
I tried with Matt, but I had to unfollow him because he's part of this fake Jewish push to demonize Muslims. I don't like Muslims either, but I'm not playing that game. We need a complete cord cutting from Israel before we can tackle any other problems.
Get back to work, Matt Walsh. Do not criticize Israel. Get back to work, Matt Walsh. I love that video. Yeah, Matt Walsh needs to leave the Daily Wire. It's until he does, we can't really take him seriously. Because it's controlled media. It's a controlled narrative.
At this point in the late stages of communism, I like to picture my Jesus as a potentially steroided up monster of a white man holding a revolver screaming at random people, say Christ is Lord. Everyone that holds any other flag than their own country's flag or wants to support foreign wars overseas or foreign causes in 2025 is a traitor. Whether they realize it or not, it does not matter. Thank you, James, for the work you do. We may not be winning the battle, but we win the war.
Yeah, you're correct. We might not win every battle, but we'll win the war. We'll win the war for sure. I don't know why the beginning of that reminded me of the movie Talladega Nights. I like to picture my baby Jesus. He's doing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner, and I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk. Like the line from Talladega Nights where they're sitting around eating KFC. I don't know why that reminded me of that, but we got some replies to your comment. But yeah, I appreciate your support, appreciate your comment. We will win the war.
I don't support Israel's politics, and frankly, I don't care, but I do support a Jewish state, because that's what we are supposed to do as Christians.
You're just wrong and you're propagandized. The prophecy was fulfilled, and you not realizing that just means that you're an uneducated Christian.
Fuck Israel.
Yep, fuck them. Fuck the terrorist state of Israel. Fuck them. Let's see, we got some more comments. Told you, we got a lot of comments to go through. A lot of comments.
Apparently you've never read the Talmud. Jews despise Gentiles. It is definitely not our duty to support them.
What do you mean I've not? I'm literally actively reading it, and I talk about that on the show. I talk about that. And I wrote, I 100% agree in the comments. But I literally talk about that.
Again, in practice, who hate Christians more, Jews or Muslims?
Jews. 100%. 100%. Jews accept Jesus Christ. Or not Jews. Muslims accept Jesus Christ. Jews don't. They reject him.
Let me put it this way, Islamist, not Muslims, because there are Muzzies out too.
Again, just seething.
Before making this claims, you got to do more research.
Dude, you have to do more research. Oh, you're so uneducated.
In practice, ultra-Orthodox Jews typically mind their own business, and of course they most likely dislike us, but not enough to blow themselves up over it.
Dude, they take the mask off too often. You're wrong.
As I said, I am an Orthodox Jew, and we have no hatred towards Christians. Actually, not towards anybody, even Muslims. Yet people who try to stop us from following our religion is the people we don't like. That's it. That's pretty simple. I'm saying you piss me off, I'm probably not going to like you. It's not like genius level stuff.
Dude, I don't care if you go practice your religion. Just do not get into American politics. It's that fucking easy. Secondly, if you're a true Orthodox Jew, a true Talmud-following Jew, then you have to know about the corrupt things it says about Jews and Gentiles, about Jesus Christ, about our religion. Next comment.
Nick is a fascist asshole. I hope you people learn better.
You're a seething retard.
Pride person said Charlie Kirk can rest in piss on his podcast.
That's fucking awful. Yeah, Pride person, you might get the boot early, actually. You're fucking terrible.
Personally, I kind of agree with them on Nick, but I feel like they just hate all right-wingers, including myself.
Christian, so are you just a retard, or what's up? Why do you agree with them on Nick? Just curious. What makes him a fascist asshole? Gosh. Oh my. Here's the other retard.
It is our Christian duty to support an Israeli state.
You're propagandized and retarded. That's brainwash.
Man, I hate brainwashed communists.
Yeah, I dislike them heavily.
Sydney is a conservative. You are so annoying, Templar.
A conservative who's retarded. And what the fuck does that matter? Does that mean we can't argue with people on the right? Go fuck yourself. That's retarded.
Get the fuck out of here, LOL.
Yep, get the fuck out of here.
Can you expand on that theory? Where in the Bible does it say that?
And then they say the Genesis verse.
Genesis 12:3, Slams 122:6.
Again, incorrect.
I don't think it's a Christian's duty necessarily, though my religion isn't Zionist.
Yep, it's not our duty, actually.
No, it's not.
So it's a Christian's duty to support Bibi Netanyahu? Like, go fuck yourselves. I'll maybe support a three-state solution, but no, I'm not going to support the terrorist state of Israel. Next comment.
Carolina Levitt is an amazing woman in Trump cabinet. Sussy Veals is good and tons more.
No. Caroline Levitt knew she was lying about the Epstein stuff. How do I know she knew she was lying? Because she wore a cross to every press briefing and then stopped wearing it the day she had to report on the Epstein stuff. And Susie Wiles, no. Again, you're wrong. Not good. Women shouldn't be in politics. They should not be.
You keep saying boomers are crazy because they support Israel and don't believe in all your conspiracy theories about Israel, so now that you make up without proof so boomers are crazy, maybe look in a mirror and you will see they're not that crazy. After
Boomers
all,
are retarded. Shut up.
I see him playing devil's advocate on that interview with Ben.
Yeah, is he playing devil's advocate? He's talking about when I showed the Charlie video. And then right after it, which he seemed to ignore, of course he has a selective choice with what he writes. Right after, he talks about the Jewish donors playing into stereotypes and how they have forced him out of the pro-Israel movement, which was what the original debate with you, Fidel, was about. So why didn't you call that out? Huh, I wonder. Fucking idiot.
Cool story, man. Have you tried talking about the Holocaust?
I don't want to get banned.
Let me guess you don't believe it happened.
It happened, but we're allowed to question numbers. Next comment.
Imagine being pro-Nick.
Imagine being a retard like you.
Who the fuck is Pride person?
And then the Pride person goes, me at... They said...
I am an asshat.
Asshat. I don't know why I read it that way. Pride person, you are an asshat. You're a retard. We're gonna keep going. Like I said, we got a bunch of comments to go through.
I don't mind being wrong, but my Google search does show a different page. I think the picture it shows you is the Arabic numerals in their original Arabic font, but 09 are still the Arabic numeral system, and it says that it's the system we already use. I'm not trying to argue really, just wanting to understand it since it seems I had diff results. All in all, no big issue. Love the show. Found it randomly 2 months ago and listened to every episode since. Keep it up and I'll keep listening.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was right about that. I'll keep an open mind and I'll do more research and get back to you, but I think I was. You're one of the people too. You should not be using a picture of your real face in my comments. You just don't get yourself on a list for no reason. But I appreciate the nice words you said about the show. I'll do more research on the numerals thing. I don't think they're the same as Roman numerals though.
Your podcast, Myron Gaines and Sam Tripoli, all my favorites on Spotify.
Love to be in that company. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hell yeah.
Templar thinks I'm not anti-abortion, face rolling on the floor laughing. Is Templar in the room with you right now?
Christian might be a fucking idiot. 'Cause he
I'm talking about you.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. It was a fucking joke. Oh my. Christian, you got to be able to decipher what's a joke and what's not, because that's the second time you've missed a joke by this guy.
You ought to talk about me a little more if you knew what was good for you, Christian Fletcher Stein. Also, Stein is a Germanic word, not inherently Jewish, but of course you don't know that. I hereby declare you Christian Stein Fletchero. How old are you? 15.
The fuck does that matter?
He probably is, honestly.
Who cares? Dude, if he's 15 or if he's 25, I don't give a shit. He's part of the youth that is calling out the Israel lobby. Next comment, though.
Total Groiper victory. I don't know. Man, just go to YouTube, or any normie news source, such as The Hill, and you will always find that the highest rated comments are always some neoconservative boomer.
Dude. Look at how many dislikes like Benjamin Netanyahu got on the Nelk Boys podcast. Look at how many dislikes Ben Shapiro got on his video on YouTube. And then look at how many dislikes Tucker and Nick got. If that's not proof, I don't know what the fuck is. That's all the comments we had there. Holy shit, that was a lot of fun. Let's see if we had any other comments on YouTube or Spotify. I don't know if we did. We got one that says WAU. Let's see if we had any others. That was it. Okay. That's going to be the entire show. Holy shit. Holy shit. That was a lot. I want to thank everyone for watching the show. I want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. We'll read the comments at the end of each show. And like I said in the beginning, we're going to have a different week with shows this week because it is Thanksgiving. So I will do an episode for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then possibly I'll film something on Wednesday to be released on Friday, because I won't be here for Thursday or Friday, but I will be back for Monday's episode. I hope everyone does have a great night, a blessed night. I want to remind everyone to join our Telegram channel as well. I'm going to sign off today, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you.